Steph, when you were here in December, you went 0 for 7. Did that play into tonight? Any motivation?
I would be honest. I had actually forgot that fact. I was just kind of more focused on how big this game was for us. The intentionality that we came out in the first quarter was just a great game plan to understand how they guard us. I thought about their style. They try to junk up the game on defense, top blocks, and trying to send me into the paint and traffic and all that. We had a counter for that to start the game. But other than that, it was just trying to win a big game and embracing the moment.
How'd you hit him on this trip? Golfed a couple times?
I know Steve's talking. When I golf, good things happen. You just fill the cup up. Everybody has their thing. And for me, just being outside is always nice.
How rejuvenated do you feel from maybe the week off, maybe the golf, whatever?
Body feels good. It's been a good trend. I think I hadn't played an intense game like that in a while, since obviously before the injury, and still wearing the pad back there and trying to protect myself. But other than that, feeling a good rhythm. The week off definitely helped in that sense, where the tank is pretty full, and you want to try to maintain that for as long as we can down the stretch.
How much do you feel the pad or not?
I'm used to it from 3 years ago, so it was different then. This was I know what to expect.
How long do you think you're gonna have to wear it?
I'm not sure, but probably the rest of the regular season at least.
Hey, Steph, you were just 1 3-pointer away from tying your career high of 13 threes, and now you hit 12 of them. Did you know before the game that you was going to have one of these type of nights where you're just going to go off, be in a zone like this?
No, my whole career I've never really thought that way. You have confidence, you prepare yourself, but it's never a results-based thing. It's just understanding the work you put in. I did shoot it well this morning, a shoot around, so you kind of feel good and have confidence, but you never think it's going to be a 50 night. But the first quarter was just rhythm and decisiveness and the byproduct of good preparation for this game, and then the rest kind of you just flow off of that.
You kind of mentioned it earlier, but what specifically were they doing trying to stop you defensively, and what's the best way in the way that you exploited that?
The main point, they just try to take the ball out of your hands. Like last time we were here, my shot attempts were way down just because they were top locking pretty much at 94 feet and just trying to keep the ball out of their hands, and then you're not able to get a rhythm. And they have obviously Wells, who took the assignment on their game plan last game and this game. They got Jaren Jackson, Defensive Player of the Year behind. They got Zach Edey's 7 foot plus. They got size everywhere, so they try to just funnel you into traffic. And I think tonight we're just trying to get the ball in your hands as much as possible, and then let chaos kind of flow from there. And usually good things happen.
What dynamic does Jimmy give fourth quarters for you guys?
Fourth quarters, first quarter, second quarter, every quarter. He has a presence about him. He's so always under control, making the right play, taking advantage of advantages when he gets in the paint, getting to the line, finishing at the rim. He hit a 3 in the first quarter that got us going. So he just always makes the right play. And when I'm off the court, he's lifting the level of guys around him who are out there. He's a gamer.
How significant is 28 of 28 from the free throw line in a game of this magnitude, especially considering where you guys are at collectively at the line earlier this season?
Yeah, it's weird. We had I don't know if I am still leading the league in free throw percentage, and we were dead last as a team. And that's just kind of an anomaly because we had a rough patch, but every point matters in a game like tonight, especially when you're getting easy points and able to set your defense and making them pay for aggressive physical defense. So Jimmy 12 of 12, me 8 for 8. Draymond knocked his down. It could be the difference in tight games like that. You got to take advantage of those free points.
Speaking of defense, Josh going to get his, right? 36 tonight. That's what he does. But do you guys go into a game plan just trying to basically limit the other guys from really having a good night?
I mean, a little bit. Yeah, there's superstars in the league like Ja who doesn't matter how much good defense you play. He knocked down 5 threes. You kind of have to live with that because he can get to the paint whenever he wants. I think on the whole, we did a really good job of keeping them off the free throw line, making them make tough shots. You know, flying around a guy shooting threes because they have a good spacing on the floor. Draymond and Jimmy doing a great job on Jaren Jackson, even though he had some moments. But yeah, you want to run them off the 3-point line as best you can because that's, you know, when they're flowing, the balls, you know, flying around, they're tough. And then you just got to take the challenge one-on-one. Even if they make a tough bucket, you just, you know, shake the hand, fly back on offense, and just keep doing it over and over.
You had 11 threes in the mid-third. Did you at all think, I mean, especially in a tight game, that could be a night you could reach Klay?
The first 2 shots I took in the fourth quarter were a reflection of that. Yeah. I thought about it. And first touch, shot it in the transition, and went ISO left wing, missed both of those, and then I kind of came to reality on let's get good possessions if I do it or whatever. But that was the ultimate heat checks, even though I just got back in the game.
You passed Jerry West tonight, all-time scoring list. What's that mean?
I got a little emotional about that. Special, obviously, you know, in his memory and what he meant to our organization, to the league, to the world of basketball, to our organization when he worked here, and you know my relationship with Johnny. And I got to talk to him after the game just to share a moment on what it meant for, you know, me, my family, you know, the entire West family. So that is special. Just understand what his career was, and that's the logo. So very special. I'll keep that ball and put it in a good place.
Thank you.
What did that, going into the fourth quarter, just what did that stretch run down the stretch feel like for you guys to come out on top?
Win the quarter, win the game. That's what we're saying in the bench. Going into it, and just knowing we got to just focus. You know, they coming off a back-to-back. So running them and getting you know, they can only play so much, you know, so they're going to get tired, whatever that may be. We're controlling what we can, executing down the stretch. That's what we did.
Feel like a playoff game tonight?
It did. It did. They had that energy, had that atmosphere. And that's my thing, too. Like, when we coming down the stretch, you got to look around the standings and seeing what other guys doing, hoping guys losing, this and that. But, I mean, you can control your destiny when you meet those teams, and that's what we did tonight. So I was proud of what we put together.
What's it like to just watch Steph on highlights tonight?
You got to remember to play the game when you're sitting there watching him do stuff like that. Just coming off those screens, finding any inch of space, pulling it, knocking it down. I mean, that's a special performance from a special player.
You mentioned it feeling like a playoff game. Like, are you feeling the stakes right now, and you know how big a swing every game is?
I feel like my mindset is win games. You know, all the pressure of it and all the other stuff. You know, you can make yourself feel a whatever way because of whatever. If you win games, then things gonna turn out how you want to. So that's my mindset, and then I'm gonna just keep it that way.
You guys went 28-28 from the line. Jimmy went 12-12. How large a factor was that?
28 points large. I didn't know that until now, but I mean that's amazing to stat that we had because you know those free throws can determine a game. Those when you're not making them, that's when you really feel them. But yeah, obviously it was a big part of it.
Part of that was he fouled Jaren Jackson out late on that pump fake. How big was that play?
Oh yeah, that was a big one. He you know, he got that mid-range shot that you gotta pay attention to. Baited him into it. You know he want to go get the block, so it was a big time.
49-43 on the glass for you guys tonight. I mean, how gratifying is that to out-rebound a team as big as the Grizzlies?
Yeah, well, that was the emphasis going into the game, knowing they were gonna have more size out there on the floor. So cracking back, guards coming back to rebound, hitting those big guys. Yeah, that was the game plan.
Hey Moses, tonight's kind of like a homecoming. You being Blue Rock. Man, is there any added pressure, you know, to kind of like go out there and perform, knowing that you know you kind of close to the crib in a way?
Yeah, in a way, it's some pressure with it, but I mean, really, it's just being able to perform in front of my people. You know, they watch me on TV all the time, all the way out in California, but I got a lot of people here today. Had to get a lot of tickets for all my people, so just being able to talk to them, have them come see me play in person, Because I've been gone for a while. I went to Montverde in high school, so I've been away from home playing for a long time. So whenever they get to come experience it, it's a lot of fun. So, but I got to show out when I'm around the home crowd. So I guess there is a little added pressure there. Oh yeah, Double R. Shout out to him. He the man.
Steph Curry drops 52, outshines Ja Morant, leads Warriors to crucial win over Grizzlies. It was the biggest win of the year. The Golden State Warriors find themselves in a pivotal stretch of the NBA season, one where every game can shift playoff standings dramatically. This was especially true on Tuesday night as they faced off against their familiar rivals, the Memphis Grizzlies. As the game kicked off, the Warriors were sitting in 6th place, just half a game behind 5th and half a game ahead of 7th and 8th. The 5th place team? The Grizzlies. A win would propel the Warriors to 5th, while a loss could drop them to 7th or, depending on the Minnesota Timberwolves game, even 8th. There were 3 possible outcomes for the night, none of which involved starting in the position they began. With so much on the line, Tuesday's showdown was not just another game, it was a defining moment in the season. And the Warriors delivered, securing a thrilling 134-125 victory in one of the most exciting matchups of the year. A tale of 2 teams. There were reasons for both optimism and concern as the game began. On one hand, Golden State faced a Memphis team struggling with momentum. They had lost 6 of their last 7 games and had surprisingly fired their head coach. On the other hand, the Grizzlies always seemed to rise to the occasion against the Warriors, having humiliated them with a 51-point victory in their last encounter at the FedEx Forum. From the tip-off, it was clear both teams were ready to compete. They understood the stakes and brought their best energy. For the Warriors, that energy translated into success. Their relentless ball movement contrasted sharply with the Grizzlies' heavy reliance on isolation plays. Draymond Green ignited the offense early on, but it was Steph Curry who took control. He drained 3 consecutive threes, quickly giving the Warriors a 22-14 lead and forcing a Grizzlies timeout. As the lead grew to 17 points, it was clear the Warriors were hitting their stride, with Curry leading the charge. Despite a brief lull when Curry took a breather, he returned to hit a 3-pointer just before the end of the first quarter, capping it off with a remarkable 19 points. The Warriors finished the quarter leading 45-32, marking their highest-scoring quarter of the season. A battle for control. But Memphis wasn't about to back down. With a raucous home crowd behind them, the Grizzlies clawed their way back into the game, fueled by Ja Morant's tenacity. Even as the Warriors maintained their lead through solid play from Jimmy Butler III, Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. kept the Grizzlies in striking distance. Things got tense as Memphis cut the lead to just 2 points midway through the second quarter. This surge seemed to wake the Warriors up, and Curry returned to dominate again, leading the team to a 74-66 halftime advantage. He finished the first half with an astonishing 32 points on 11 of 16 shooting, including 8 of 10 from deep. A game of runs. The second half saw both teams exchanging blows like 2 boxers in a championship fight. Curry and Morant went back and forth, each making stunning plays. But the Grizzlies took their first lead since the early minutes after a floater from Jackson. Yet this only ignited the Warriors further. With Curry heating up and the team fighting for every loose ball, the Warriors regained the lead. As the third quarter closed, they found themselves tied 103-103, setting the stage for a dramatic final quarter. The final countdown. In the fourth, both teams struggled to find their rhythm, trading baskets in a tense atmosphere. But the Warriors, drawing on their veteran experience, began to pull ahead again. A deep 3 from Curry, his 12th of the night, pushed him to 50 points and gave Golden State a narrow lead with under 3 minutes left. In the game's defining moments, Curry's brilliance shined through. After a missed 3 from Memphis, Brandon Podziemski tipped in a crucial basket to extend the Warriors' lead. They quickly forced a turnover, leading to a 3 from Moses Moody, pushing the advantage to 8 with just 40 seconds remaining. With the game firmly in their grasp, the Warriors sealed the victory with solid free throw shooting, wrapping up the night with a monumental 134-125 win that elevated them to 5th place and set the stage for a showdown with the Los Angeles Lakers. A night for the ages. Curry's performance was nothing short of spectacular. He finished with 52 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 steals, and 1 block, shooting 16 of 31 from the field and 12 of 20 from 3. Butler also shone with 27 points on 7 of 11 shooting, while Green notched a triple-double with 13 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 assists. Morant led the Grizzlies with 36 points, and Jackson added 22. It was a night filled with standout performances, but ultimately, the Warriors outshone their opponents. What a night it was. NBA last 2-minute report finds no controversy in Warriors vs. Grizzlies finish. The game film has been reviewed, and it's official. The Golden State Warriors celebrated their biggest win of the year on Tuesday night, defeating the Memphis Grizzlies 134-125 on the road. This victory not only propelled them past Memphis, but also secured 5th place in the Western Conference standings. The game was a showcase of star power, with Steph Curry lighting it up for 52 points, Jimmy Butler III delivering his best performance as a Warrior, and Draymond Green achieving a triple-double. On the Grizzlies' side, Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Desmond Bane proved why they are among the league's elite. After every close NBA game, the film gets a thorough breakdown, not just by our own Joe Viray, whose analysis of Tuesday's action is a must-read, but also by the league through its daily last 2-minute report. This report scrutinizes every play in the final 2 minutes to ensure accuracy in officiating and to confirm that no critical calls were missed. For the Warriors' significant win, the league found no controversy. In the last 2 minutes, there were 6 whistles blown, and the report concluded that all calls were correct. The officials identified 12 instances where no call was made, and they affirmed that those non-calls were also appropriate. It's refreshing to see a game with no disputed decisions. One key moment occurred just after the 2-minute mark. With 1:55 left in the game, Butler baited Jackson, who had 5 fouls, into a pump fake. Butler then rose for a shot, drawing contact and earning a trip to the free throw line, which also fouled Jackson out of the game. While Butler clearly aimed to force Jackson into his 6th foul, the league confirmed that he executed this play cleanly. Here's how they described it. Jackson Jr. jumps from point A to point B toward Butler III, GSW, affecting his shooting attempt near the rim. In the end, a win is just a win, but it's even better when it comes without controversy. NBA last 2-minute report finds no controversy in Warriors vs. Grizzlies finish. The game film has been reviewed, and it's official. The Golden State Warriors celebrated their biggest win of the year on Tuesday night, defeating the Memphis Grizzlies 134-125 on the road. This victory not only propelled them past Memphis, but also secured 5th place in the Western Conference standings. The game was a showcase of star power, with Steph Curry lighting it up for 52 points, Jimmy Butler III delivering his best performance as a Warrior, and Draymond Green achieving a triple-double. On the Grizzlies' side, Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Desmond Bane proved why they are among the league's elite. After every close NBA game, the film gets a thorough breakdown, not just by our own Joe Viray, whose analysis of Tuesday's action is a must-read, but also by the league through its daily last 2-minute report. This report scrutinizes every play in the final 2 minutes to ensure accuracy in officiating and to confirm that no critical calls were missed. For the Warriors' significant win, the league found no controversy. In the last 2 minutes, there were 6 whistles blown, and the report concluded that all calls were correct. The officials identified 12 instances where no call was made, and they affirmed that those non-calls were also appropriate. It's refreshing to see a game with no disputed decisions. One key moment occurred just after the 2-minute mark. With 1:55 left in the game, Butler baited Jackson, who had 5 fouls, into a pump fake. Butler then rose for a shot, drawing contact and earning a trip to the free throw line, which also fouled Jackson out of the game. While Butler clearly aimed to force Jackson into his 6th foul, the league confirmed that he executed this play cleanly. Here's how they described it. Jackson Jr. jumps from point A to point B toward Butler III, GSW, affecting his shooting attempt near the rim. Implications for the Warriors and Grizzlies. This win not only boosts the Warriors' morale, but also serves as a crucial stepping stone as they head into the final stretch of the regular season. With Curry in top form and the team rallying around his leadership, the Warriors are poised to make a deep playoff run. Coach Steve Kerr praised his team's resilience, emphasizing how crucial this victory was for their confidence and standings. On the flip side, the Grizzlies will need to regroup. Despite showing flashes of brilliance with Morant's explosive scoring and Jackson's defensive presence, this loss highlights their struggles in crunch-time situations. Coach Taylor Jenkins expressed disappointment but also optimism, noting that the team must learn from these close games as they prepare for the playoffs. A rivalry renewed. The matchup also reignited the competitive fire between these two franchises. With the stakes so high, it's clear that both teams are hungry for a deep playoff push, and this game could be a precursor to potential postseason battles. Fans on both sides are already buzzing about future encounters, eager to see how these teams adapt and evolve as they jockey for position in the Western Conference. As the Warriors celebrate their victory, they'll look ahead to upcoming challenges, including a highly anticipated clash with the Los Angeles Lakers. With the playoff picture tightening, every game counts, and both teams will be looking to assert their dominance in the league. In the end, while the Warriors savor this moment, the Grizzlies are left to reflect on missed opportunities, setting the stage for a dramatic finish to the season. For fans, players, and coaches alike, the journey is far from over, and the excitement of the NBA playoffs looms large on the horizon.